Business is slowing down a bit, and what are you going to do about it? Hello, my friends, and welcome back. This is Andrea Eppolito, celebrating life, luxury, and above all else, love. Now, it is no secret that a lot of people in our industry are currently experiencing a slowdown. And I'm getting a lot of questions on Ask Andrea about what do I do? There is this natural inclination to kind of freak out a little bit when the phone stops ringing, but it doesn't mean that you are in long term trouble. And so today we are going to discuss the things that you should be doing when business slows. So the first thing you need to do is evaluate why. Why isn't the phone ringing at the same pace? Why aren't the clients that you've loved, that you've always had, that you really, really want, why aren't they showing up at your door? You need to evaluate, is it me or is it the world? Now, in 2023, the wedding industry feels like it's slowed down quite a bit. Why is that? You can turn around and say, well, we're all coming off the high of the 21, 22, overabundance of clients that had been stacked up during the pandemic. You can turn around and you can say, well, it's a down economy. You can turn around and say people aren't getting engaged as much as they used to. Go through the process in your head. Make sure that it isn't you, that you didn't do something that has hurt your reputation or damaged your business. And then realize that unless it's you, whatever else is going on in the outside world simply doesn't matter. The reality is there are ebbs and flows, there are peaks and valleys. And so if you are in a time that is slow, you just need to use it as an opportunity to come out on the other side stronger. So let's go through 5 things that you are going to do when and if the phone stops ringing. The first thing that you are going to do is really look at your numbers, cozy up to your finances and your financials. It is so important to understand what money is coming in and when it's coming in, what money is going out and when it's going out. You need to understand the cash flow of your business, and you need to put yourself in a position that will allow you to ride out the dip. If you don't have money saved, I know it's hard to start saving money when you're in this dip, but it is so important to always make sure that you have a cushion and a backup and a little bit of money saved. And if you don't, then you need to come up with a cash flow plan. And that could mean anything from trying to figure out how to cut your expenses without damaging your business, and also ways to bring in more money without disrespecting the foundational core of your business. So when I say this, I, for example, would never start offering partial or day of wedding planning. It doesn't align with who my business is. It's not the kind of work that I want to do. That will damage me more on the backside than it will help me today. But there are so many other things that you can do to create revenue, whether it's monetizing a social media platform, consulting, coaching, writing a book, doing all sorts of things. You can do lots of stuff with your skill set. You can get a part-time job. The most important thing is that you have an understanding of cash flow so that you can support yourself, your business, and your family. The second thing that you are going to do when the phone stops ringing is recycle and continue to share your old work. Now, why is this important? Number one, you're picking up new followers every day on social media, and people that discover you this week may not do the scroll to go back 3, 4, 6 months. And so by consistently showing work, you're keeping your new followers up to date on who you are, what you do, how you do it. The second thing that you're doing, especially when you're showing work that may have been a little bit older, is you are displaying a sense of timeliness and timelessness. You're showing that the work you do isn't necessarily trendy and that people can love and appreciate it for years to come. You're celebrating your past while also talking about how it applies to your present. And the third thing you're doing is you are establishing yourself as a thought leader if you're showing a piece of work and talking about it from a technical sense. So maybe you're showing a bride holding a bouquet and you talk about the fact that you intentionally put a small bouquet in front of a really big dress to play with size or scale. Or maybe you post a reception and you talk about the lighting or the tonality or the texture that you used on the table. Always show your work and use it as an opportunity to show that you're a thought leader, to educate people on your process and to bring them in so that they can look for you and to you in the future when things turn around. The third thing that you are going to do when your phone stops ringing is you are going to network. This means attending lunches, attending mixers, attending industry events that perhaps you didn't have time for before when everything was crazy and you were so busy and you were running from one place to another. It was really difficult to give 2, 3, 4 hours of your time to sit and go listen to a speaker or to go and have lunch with a colleague or to maybe get to know someone new. This is an opportunity for you to create a sense of community. It's an opportunity for you to go out and learn and teach other people in your immediate industry. It's a chance for you to get together with your current collaborators and your vendors. And it's a great opportunity to be exposed to new emerging people in your market that maybe you wouldn't have as much time for if you were super, super busy. So whether it is a WIPA meeting, a NACE meeting, drinks with a photographer, or a meetup with a new DJ, this is a great opportunity for you to really fortify relationships and network. The fourth thing that you are going to do is you are going to continue to create. Not having a client in front of you doesn't mean that you can't do the thing that you love most. Sometimes when we're so busy jumping from one project to another, things become rote and you start not necessarily just phoning it in, but you revert back to the things that you really know, to your place of comfort. This is a great time to push yourself and to really think and dream and to create something that didn't exist before. I can tell you that when I first started out, I had this dream of doing an all green wedding. It was an obsession of mine. And for 5 years, literally 5 years, I collected inspiration. I did sketches. I did like I would have a picture and I would write a word next to it, or I would pull a picture of a tree, or I was putting all of these things together because the design was so compelling to me, and I felt like someday the right client is going to show up. And if you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And so I developed and I created this design. And when the right couple showed up, I had these great broad strokes that really helped me decide and deliver the words and the textures and the idea to them. And it gave me a base that really allowed me to customize and personalize specifically for that client. So if there is a dream you have, an all white wedding, an all pink wedding, a wedding out by the beach, a wedding in the mountains, this is a great time for you to start creating and developing that plan. It's also a really great time for you to experiment with other people on a styled shoot. So let's say that you've got your money taken care of, you're sharing your work, you go to a mixer and you meet a florist and you think, ooh, this person's really interesting. I think I'd like to work with them. If you've been working on an idea, you can go and you can create something together. It gives you an opportunity to build new content. It gives you an opportunity to practice working with somebody and seeing how you fit on a day. It gives you an opportunity to share something new, and it really just keeps you sharp. And that leads us to the fifth and the most important thing that you are going to do if the phone calls have stopped coming, if the leads have started to slow. I really want you to take the time to learn. Do the work that is needed in order for you to be better when you come out of this on the upside. When we're all so busy, we're working in our business in the minutia, and we're not working on ourselves, on our business. Now is the time for you to look at yourself and your business and to ask yourself, what skill would I love to have? What skill and what task can I learn? What can I sharpen that will help me through this and that will be useful to me on the other side? For so many people, it's getting comfortable on camera. So maybe this is a great opportunity for you to read a book, watch a video, take a course about getting comfortable on camera so that you can create videos or you can create social media. Maybe you want to learn about color theory or interiors. During the pandemic, I took interior design courses, and learning about color and texture, materiality, space helped me so much. It strengthened me as a wedding planner because I now have skills that other people maybe don't have. I have a toolbox filled with super sharp things that I can play with whenever I want. Maybe you need to learn more about contracts or business finance or communicating. Whatever it is that you look at and you say, I would be better if, my business would be better if, it would be great if I could. This is the time for you to really take a moment, set aside a couple of hours every day, learn a new skill, develop a new talent, because when we shift, and we always shift, I want you to be the best, the most educated, the strongest, and the sharpest version of yourself. That is how you will continue to grow. That is how you will build a legacy build business. And that is how we change the world together. I hope that these 5 tips on what to do when the phone stops ringing have been helpful to you in your creative business. If you have anything that you would like to discuss, please go ahead and leave it at andreaeppolito.com/ask. This platform exists solely for you. It is my thank you to the industry for everything it has given to me. And I really do believe that when one of us gets better, we all get better. So thanks so much for spending some time with me, and I will talk to you again soon.